Hold up, you ready to feel your heart stop for a second? That black coffee burned the back of my throat, but I barely felt it. I was standing in front of the floor-to-ceiling windows of our Tribeca penthouse, staring blankly at the Manhattan skyline, scrolling through quarterly reports from Mark's Capital. Then a push notification dropped from the top of my screen. JP Morgan. Joint Trust Account Alert. I blinked, my thumb hovering over the glass. $50 million USD has been successfully transferred to Krista Reed. The air left my lungs. A block of ice exploded in my stomach and sent this freezing shockwave through my veins. My fingertips went numb instantly. $50 million. Cleared. Gone. My hands were shaking so bad I almost dropped the phone. That was our joint trust. The emergency fund. The one that legally required both of our digital signatures to move a single cent. Barrett forged my signature. A wave of nausea hit me so hard I almost threw up that coffee right there on the 30th floor. I dialed his private number. Once. Twice. 3 times. Straight to voicemail. He sent me to voicemail. I bit the inside of my cheek until I tasted blood. Hung up. Dialed the main line for the president's office at Mark's Capital. Mark's Capital, how may I direct your call? Put me through to the main boardroom, I said, my voice not even sounding like mine. I'm sorry, Mom, Mr. Marks is in a core investment committee meeting, override code, Nightingale 7 Alpha. I cut her off. Sharp intake of breath on the other end. As co-founder, my internal security clearance was absolute. The system clicked. The line forced its way directly into the boardroom speakerphone. I heard a dozen Wall Street executives talking MA in the background. Barrett, I said. My voice echoed through that massive room. Every conversation died instantly. Harlow. His voice crackled through the speaker, furious. What the hell are you doing? I'm in the middle of a board meeting. Where is the $50 million from the joint trust? I asked. Dead silence. Harlow, this is highly inappropriate, he snapped, dripping with condescension. It's a temporary reallocation for bridge financing. We'll discuss this at home. Bridge financing. I gripped the marble kitchen island. Since when is a woman named Krista Reed a bridge loan provider? Someone coughed in the boardroom. Someone else let out a muffled laugh. Enough, Barrett barked, his voice turning vicious. You don't understand how Wall Street works, Harlow. Stop acting like a hysterical housewife. My fingernails dug into the marble. You forged my signature, I pushed out. I made a business decision, he yelled, playing to his audience of executives. You're living in a penthouse I pay for. You work a job I gave you. Don't embarrass yourself by pretending you understand high-level capital movement. Now get off this line before I cut up your supplementary credit cards. More quiet snickers from the men in the room. They thought I was a charity case. Barrett made sure of it. 5 years. He spent 5 years painting me as the poor girl he rescued from the basement, completely erasing the fact that I built the financial models that made his company possible. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just stopped talking. The silence stretched. Grew heavy. Suffocating. Harlow. His voice faltered slightly, the absolute silence unnerved him. Look. I'll bring home dinner from Le Coup tonight. We'll talk. Goodbye. The line went dead. I lowered the phone. My heart wasn't breaking. It was hardening. Turning into a solid, impenetrable stone in my chest. I walked down the hallway to Barrett's home office. The heavy oak door was locked. I punched in his birthday on the electronic keypad. Red light. Error. I stared at that little red light, my mind racing, connecting dots with a terrifying, clinical precision. Then I typed the numbers corresponding to the letters, CRISTA. Green light. Click. The door swung open. The smell hit me first. Not my perfume. Tom Ford's fucking fabulous. Heavy, sweet, lingering in the air like a wet tongue. I walked to his mahogany desk, and tapped the spacebar on his heavily encrypted laptop. Password prompt appeared. I didn't bother guessing. I pulled a small USB drive from my pocket, a backdoor program I'd written for the company's network years ago. Plugged it in, hit 3 keys, and the desktop materialized like a body with no clothes on. A hidden folder sat right in the center of the screen. CA. I double-clicked it. Hundreds of photos flooded the screen. Barrett and a blonde woman. On a yacht in St. Bart's. Kissing on a balcony, holding a little boy with dirty blonde hair. The bright sunlight in those photos burned my eyes. I scrolled to the very bottom. The last file was a scanned PDF. I opened it. A DNA paternity test from New York Presbyterian Hospital. I zoomed in on the results. Probability of paternity, 99.99%. Father, Barrett Marks. Child, Aiden Reed. I stared at the black letters until they blurred. My lungs finally expanded, pulling in a deep, ragged breath. I closed the laptop. Barrett didn't just steal my money. He stole my entire life. And now, I'm going to burn his to ash. But here's the kicker, that woman Krista. She wasn't just his mistress. She was the maid of honor at our wedding. And that kid. His name is Aiden. He's 4 years old. Conceived a full year before we got married. So from the very beginning, I was nothing but a human ATM to fill his company's balance sheet. You think that's the end? Buckle up. Because 3 minutes from now, you'll see exactly how cold a woman can get when she finds out the truth. And the first thing she does. Even the Wall Street sharks wet their pants. Wanna see how she plays it? Keep reading, I promise you won't breathe until the last word.